The following episode of Shower for the Soul contains language or subject matter that may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Very childish, but it saved me from getting hurt. Welcome to Shower for the Soul. I'm your host, Shane Fame Alexander. This is where we swap stories on life struggles, triumphs, and victories. Grab a drink, find a cozy spot in the studio, and let's start sharing. And welcome back to Shower for the Soul. I am your host, Shane Fame Alexander. We're at episode 4, guys. That's so crazy. I came up with a concept for Shower for the Soul back in September, and it's so weird because now I feel like there should be more episodes in a way, But we're halfway through the season, and on this exceptional episode, I wanted to tackle friendships. I want to find out how we get rid of the toxic friendships that we all encounter in our lives, and how to keep the good ones by our side. Today, I'll cover the good friendships worth celebrating, but first, the toxic people in our lives, what to look out for, and what do we do after we kick them to the curb. Now, on the second episode of Shower for the Soul, for those longtime listeners of my podcast, both of you, you would know that we spoke about self-awareness. I mentioned how I was an introvert, and still am, kinda. I always had friends, but I was just way too shy to really accept them, or maybe just too shy to not really take in what a true friendship is supposed to be like. Like I mentioned in that same episode, when a person would get close to me, I would back off and sometimes botch the whole relationship because I was scared of getting too close. I would make up rumors or intentionally do something where they would get mad at me and we won't be friends. Very childish, but it saved me from getting hurt. And I felt it was for a good reason in the long run. I felt I was saving myself. Over the years, I learned that there was a reason why people liked me and confided in me and wanted to be my friend despite everything I tried to do to fumble the friendship. Over the years, as I realized the importance of friendships, or maybe it's just because I'm like this naturally, but I've been known to be loyal to a fault. And that grew over time when I got older and learned that family isn't always blood. And I think that's a good aspect of what I give to a friendship, my loyalty. But it can also be a downfall. Here's why. It can be a downfall because being so loyal, I didn't want to see the bad in people or that they're a toxic person. I've maintained friendships for much longer than I should have just because of that reason. I thought they'd change. Sometimes I would just not see it until it was brought up to my attention, and other times I'd see it and just keep on giving them chances, thinking they would change, and then it got to a point where we're just way too deep into a friendship that I just couldn't stop being their friend. Now, let me clarify what a toxic friendship is. This is what I found to be categorized as being quote unquote toxic. People that used me. Those that put me down and try to justify it by saying that they're having fun and I should relax. People that talk badly about my other and most times better friends. I found that these people are rooted in envy. Now, as I said earlier, I'm loyal, and these people think they're loyal also. But it's that fine line between loyalty and obsessiveness. That's where they lay. It's not until I feel drained when I'm around them or when I feel that I'm not having fun with them that I take a serious look at what our friendship is all about. Do I feel good when I'm around them? Do I feel like I'm their equal? Do I feel small when they speak to me? Do they speak badly about my friends? That's my loyalty creeping in. Now, if I answer yes to any of these questions, then it's done so with the friendzo. Now, I'm just going to be really honest right now, but in some cases, I thought that I was in an abusive relationship. But we were friends and we weren't romantically involved. All the signs were there, though. They did the same things that would be considered as an abusive relationship between a boyfriend and a girlfriend, or husband and wife, and parent or child. But, like, I'm not in no way trying to be the victim here or claim that I was abused mentally or physically. I felt beaten up inside, though, when I started to look deep into the friendships that I once held in high regard. But after getting rid of those people, I felt absolutely free. So now that you've ended the friendship, what's the next step? It's natural to reach out for help. Now, you're ending a bond that you held very close. So, of course, it's going to be natural for you to want to talk to someone. Please look for someone to speak to. And in some cases, maybe the ex friend will need someone to talk to. Get them help also. Ultimately, what they really need is someone to confide in, and you're going to be there for them. It's just not going to be you. You're going to help them find another friend. Now, just like negative, toxic people, we shouldn't spend all of our time on bad friendships. So, coming up, let's celebrate the good friends in our lives. I visited Toronto a couple months ago. As I got off the Greyhound, I met up with my good pal. We headed to the nearest patio for some drinks. One of the first things we talked about were the podcasts we were listening to. Just like music taste or taste in clothes, friends usually like to listen to the same podcast. This is why I like to recommend Stitcher to all of my homies. You can listen to some of your favorite shows ad-free with Stitcher Premium for only $4.99 a month. That's $34.99 a year. But since you're my friend, I would like to give you the first month for free. Sign up at Stitcher.com/premium and use promo code SHOWER4SOUL, all one word. That's Stitcher.com/premium and use promo code SHOWER4SOUL. Welcome back. So far this week, we shared how toxic friendships have affected me over the years, the signs we should look out for, and what to do after we drop the person from our lives. Now, let's talk about the good friends. Let's talk about the BFFs. And let's define this first. I'm not talking about the friend that has always been there for you, or the friend that has gone to all your favorite concerts with you, or the friend that you've known for more than 20 years. A good friend is someone more than that. Now, there's this guy I know, you might know him as well. He said, a friend is one that knows you as you are, understands where you have been, accepts what you have become, and still gently allows you to grow. The friend is this guy named William Shakespeare. And Shakespeare was dropping science there. Now, a good friendship is more than someone that you have tons in common with. It's a deep, non physical connection. You know those people in your life that you don't really need to talk to? You can tell what they're thinking by just looking at them. Those are the friends. Let's talk about them. Because those are the ones that won't come along too often and will be there for you always. Now, moving from Toronto to London 2 years ago this week has made my friendship stronger, and I earn for those that are closest to me. I have friends in Detroit, and I have friends in Toronto. I don't get to see them on a regular basis, however. When I do, it's amazing. And the funny thing is that people I once thought as acquaintances or just flashes in the pan, I have gotten closer with. It's true that distance makes the heart grow fonder, and it's literal distance. I mean, today with social media, it's easy not to miss a friend as, we have all these mediums to keep in touch with. And even though you FaceTime, DM each other daily, you still miss their presence. Now, those are the friends that are, the BFFs. And those are the ones that we should celebrate today. And if needed, let's give them a virtual hug from afar. Hey there, friends. I want to let you know what I'm doing with Patreon, and as my good friend, how you're able to help me out and the show out. $3 of your monthly contribution will go towards a charity of your choosing. If you want to just support the show with a monthly contribution of $1, $2, or $3, you can do that also. We're always giving back something to you, like ad-free episodes, a Skype chat with me, and other fun stuff. Learn more at patreon.com/showerforthesoul. That's patreon.com/showerforthesoul. Today we celebrated the good friendships in our lives and found out how to diagnose a toxic one. You know what? I never knew writing this episode up could be so cleansing. While I didn't pinpoint any individual, just writing my thoughts down on what they did to me and how they made me feel in the past just feels so exhilarating. And I gotta say, recording this episode today made me feel even better. Next week, we're chatting about body confidence. Do you feel like you need to shape up with those you see on social media and around you? If you have any thoughts on this topic, feel free to send me a note. I'll throw you my contact information in just 1 second. Thank you again for inviting me along on your day and for sticking around. You're a true friend. Till next week, take care. Thanks for joining me this week. Shows are up every Wednesday afternoon at noon Eastern Standard Time. If you have a friend you would like to save a seat for at the studio, let them know so they can join us then. If you're looking for anything that was mentioned on this episode, swing by the website for links and articles. The website is shanefame.com. On social, my handles for Instagram and Twitter is SFTSPodCST. That's at SFTSPodCST. If you have any show ideas or comments, please send me a love note at hostshane@gmail.com. That's hostshane@gmail.com. We're on Spotify, iTunes, iHeart, and Stitcher. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll be chatting soon. Take care. Fuck, man. I'm not working today. Shit. Okay. Shower for the Soul is written and produced by Shane Fame Alexander.